So the trick with getting a really good, like, fun...
Okay, so today I am wearing my most favorite and most...
Hi guys, welcome to back to my channel. It's Krista here with another video. I love using my hair here. It just think it really opens up everything.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to add dimension into a platinum blonde client. Right now I've got her hair about 60% wet. I did just wet it down a little bit in the bowl. The reason for that is because I'm going to be putting Olaplex on her mid shafts to ends to make sure that dark color doesn't bleed down into her ends, and just making sure that everything is nice and blended with the final result. So I'm going to be putting this Olaplex throughout her hair, and then we're going to start to apply the color. Okay, so right here I'm going to be starting to apply this root color. I'm using shade ZQ, and I'm using 4N, 4M, a little bit of 5NW, and a little bit of 5N. So what I'm going to be doing here is taking my time, really making sure that I'm feathering out my brush strokes, and also avoiding a money piece up front because I want to keep her frontal pieces really nice and bright. She doesn't want those too dark. So I'm going to avoid those, but I'm just going to basically be going down, feathering through her root area and just making sure that I'm not oversaturating or undersaturating. I feel like when you're applying a root tap like this on a client who's been previously platinum blonde, you got to be really careful with your placement and how much you're saturating. So I'm just going to continue down her head, and then I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Okay, so right here I'm using one of my very favorite tools to blend with. This is called a Wow comb, and I just got this off of Amazon. But basically what it does is it has wider bristles on it, and it also has a rolly thing on the inside of it, so that way the color doesn't spread onto the ends of the hair. It more or less catches the color inside of the comb and rounds it out about it inside of the comb. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know that this comb is awesome for blending, especially for techniques like this. So if you're a hairstylist and don't have this comb and you do a lot of root shadows and things like that, this is a comb that you definitely need. With you. So as you guys can probably already tell, that root shadow is actually taking super well. It's going really nice and ashy, which is what we were going for. This client didn't want anything too warm, so I was trying to make sure when I formulated that this is going to be a lot more of a cooler brown instead of a warmer brown. So I'm just going to continue feathering into my sections, and then also just working down towards the bottom of the head. Okay, so this is what she looks like with the root shadow completely applied. We're going to let this sit for about 20 minutes and then rinse her out and then tone the ends as well. And then I'll check back with you guys after that. right, she's done processing, and we've decided that during her processing time that she wasn't actually going to need an end toner. We just decided that the color that her ends were at the time were the color that we really wanted. So no toners here today. We're just going to be washing her out like normal. But I did want to talk really quickly about toners and while they're processing and how they can sometimes look really intimidating and scary. I know that when I first started using toners and just root shadowing in general, it really freaked me out because I always thought that they were going to go really dark or they were going to go too ashy or too warm and things like that. But the more that I've experienced toners and worked with them, I've learned to trust them more. This root shadow looks really dark here, but I promise you as soon as we get it dry, it will go to the color that we are wanting and it's going to look absolutely perfect. So I'm not saying that if the toner goes a completely different color that you shouldn't immediately assess it and wash it out and things like that, but I always say to all of the other hairstylists when I talk to them about toners to definitely trust them and trust their processing. Keep an eye on them, but trust them because they often look scary. But when you get them blow dried and washed out and things like that, they look perfect. I also want to talk about another step that I usually use, kind of more depending on the client, but on this client I did decide to do it. So I'm using a clarifying shampoo here, and I do this after I shampoo with regular shampoo the first time. And basically what I'm doing is if there's any bleeding or any splotchiness towards the end, a clarifying shampoo really kind of helps buffer out those spots, and they also just kind of help blend everything. You don't want to use it all the time or too much or whatever. You got to make sure that you use a right consistency because it can dry out and damage hair if you're not careful. So just make sure to be careful with that. But I do use a clarifying shampoo towards the ends, like I said, just to buffer out any extra spotting.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Okay, you guys, so this is our end result. It's absolutely beautiful and exactly what we were wanting. As you guys can see towards the front of her face, there is some nice, really bright pieces. And then you also have a nice ashy root, so that will just give her look a lot of dimension, and her grow out will be a lot easier as well. So thanks so much for watching this video, you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.